What's up, everyone? How are you doing? How's your day? I'm really tired, but I'm still practicing because, you can't stop. It's like every time I look at the pentatonic scale, I discover some new ways to kind of move around it. So also experimenting with like playing free notes on one string, kind of doing one note on the other string. Then kind of moving into another position, maybe this one. This one is kind of new for me. This one is also cool. And you know, they always have these kind of sweeps in them. It's all C minor, by the way. And then maybe trying to come up also. So put them together, you get and then I try to kind of find this in other positions. So let's say I have this position. So kind of going. So I'm really more thinking about the rhythm. So here's a dead end for me. So I'm just gonna kind of work it out. Then going, this kind of works because it's within the scale, so you can go. You know, if you have the rhythm in mind, you can allow yourself more freedom. And I think that I like to do is experiment with the chromatics in the area. That kind of stuff. I mean, I'm not the best alternate picker, so these are really also really good for just overall right hand kind of playing. This is a new thing I've been shedding a lot, just going like kind of like chromaticizing. It's not really new, and then connecting that. Yo, Vincent, what's up, bro? Kind of stuff like that. It's funny because like I do work on all these altered stuff, but for some reason I always come back to the pentatonic. I mean, for some reason, because I'm a guitar player, you know. So the pentatonics are always very appealing, and I'd say always work on them, but kind of like associate new material to them, like never just play the same ideas. So maybe you can play the 5 chord like G7. Just go. So you're kind of associating the 5 chord to the pentatonic. So this is the G altered. Okay, so now the next thing that comes in mind is like, so I played an idea, maybe I can play it an octave lower. So I'm kind of just like talking my thought process. It's not like a guitar lessons. It's more like just me kind of talking through my ideas. So it's not like explaining. It's just like inviting you to check out what I might be thinking if I'm working kind of like productive noodling. So kind of associating new material, pentatonic scale. associating new stuff to the pentatonic scale. So I can see the pentatonic scale, but I'm associating like new materials to it. You know, just kind of like feeling the vibe, some chromatics. So how do I know how to choose those chromatics? I'm just like kind of going for it, you know? How often do you incorporate bends? Sometimes, but for some reason I get these calluses, well, how do you call them? Pretty fast, and I try not to do it too much if I don't have to, because I don't want to not be able to practice because it hurts. So I mean, for now, it's like 1 a.m. over here. I just played all day. Probably not gonna bend, but I do love bending a lot. I like bending. Yeah, I pick notes, but only if I'm working on it. Like most of the time, I would say I do mostly legato playing, and also some sweep picking. That kind of stuff. Then kind of isolating my practice time to you know, noodling, so-called, and also working, because I think it's really important. I'm really tired. It's really late. I think it's really important to kind of like you know, have some playtime to find your own voice and to kind of just like connect everything together in your subconscious, but also really work on stuff, like really, you know, let's say you want to work on legato technique, so really like going for it, putting the metronome there and just going like literally just going. So this is not perfect because like I'm not playing in time, you know. But if I like put some kind of like maybe like usually I just search on YouTube like drum loop and then kind of see if I can keep time. Let's say drum loop, I don't know, 70 BPMs. By the way, guys, sorry for being so tired. I just gave 6 online lessons straight. Usually I try to do like 4, but recently there's been a little bit more demand. Here it is. So, okay, here's a drum loop just from YouTube, whatever. So, oh, it's Dave Weckl. Okay, so. So, seems boring, right? But the thing is, it's not about that. It's about trying to really keep time and making every note sound really clean. So just like take scales, you know, try to make those pop. You know, every note should really be in time, hopefully. G major. And now maybe like, you know, start introducing like some chromatic notes into the whatever scale you're playing. Remember, like, chromatic notes are there to make your playing more delicious. They get. And then try like still play. And I mean, and I'm not trying to play it fast. I'm just really trying to be in, you know, in the grid. And then kind of like put some jumps and leaps. You know, don't play only chromatics or only scale. Kind of combine. Then when you're ready, and 70 BPM is a great BPM because both 16 notes and triplets feel kind of chill. So it's a great 70 BPM is a great place to chill out. You know, just go for it, and then try and incorporate some triplets going back between triplets and 16 notes. So now I'm gonna do the same thing, kind of like, you know, combining the 16 notes and the triplets, but I'm gonna introduce chromatic notes. And you can even go to like quintuplets and stuff like that. Tak digadum, tak digadum, tak digadum, tak digadum. So never think about like don't think about the amount of notes you're playing per string. Just think about the subdivision. Like, are you playing tagadimi, tagadimi, or takita, takita, or takita, 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 or tadiginadum, 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 whatever. So just think about the subdivision. It's like, it's not about being creative within the notes right now. It's like either just play the scale. If you can't deal with the chromatic, just go for the scale. But think about the subdivisions. Let's see some questions. Do you create patterns and repeat those for practice, or mostly? Yeah, I do. I try to have some patterns that I adopt. You remember the Tamagotchi thing, that we adopt the animals and you feed them every day and then they grow. If you didn't feed them, they're like kind of sad. So I'm kind of doing that association with exercises, because the truth is, like, it takes time to the brain to kind of like, you know, make something natural. So you got to do it daily. You got to like do something every day. I mean, it's not about sounding like you're playing technical exercises. You're just associating new movements to the brain. So yeah, recently I've been really doubling down on the legato. And you can also just like really go for patterns, but then you can balance your practice time, and that's actually really important, because lots of the time people like feel like, oh, I'm bored, I'm playing technical exercise. Well, you don't have to be bored, because you can focus on playing really well, like within the grid, like the time, the groove. You can also focus on sound, like how's your sound, how's your whatever, how's your guitar, like do you need to replace strings, you know, what's going on, and just like kind of like, you know, go for it. So this is a G major scale with some chromatics, 16 notes. Now, triplets. So now naturally it kind of happened. I went to 32 notes, 30-second notes. Like, it's faster. So it just means that if I'm gonna do it, cool, but don't just move blah, 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 mesh. Like, really control the subdivision, make it sound really. So this pattern, for example, there's no way I can play that in 30-second notes. So I recognize that, and I pause, and now I'm trying to play it in a different subdivision. So I don't need to move around BPMs, I'm moving around in the subdivisions. So let me try now 8 notes. Probably can do it. So that feels good. So I can probably keep going on doing that. Now what I want to do is move to another subdivision and prove myself that in 70 BPMs, and remember, 70 BPMs is a great BPM to practice, because you're like always in between stuff. You can kind of do the 16 notes, the triplets, it's just great for beginners, intermediate, just like, you know, kind of like really making that 70 BPM happen. So yeah, so now maybe I can move on and do the same exercise, but with a different subdivision. Let's try 16 notes, I guess. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I feel good. I feel like I'm playing within the pockets. Let's try triplets. Takati takati. 3, okay, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's move between 16 notes and triplets. Takati takati tagadimi tagadimi. Okay, so that's more challenging because I need to move within 2 subdivisions and stay locked in with the drums, right? So it's like, maybe it's obvious to some players, but something that I feel that I always need to get back to. And then, yeah, and then once I kind of had enough with that, I just go for it. So you see, I was kind of behind. So I'm aware of that, and now I'm gonna try and work that. I want to lock down 3, 4. Okay, so I lost it over there, right? So that kind of stuff. Let's see some questions, because I've been talking for a while now, and I see questions. Let's see. What are chromatics? Chromatics are just like playing half steps, but in this particular, like I'm associating, even though I'm just using half steps, I'm associating it to the pentatonic scale, just to have some kind of like reference that we can all relate to, right? Because we can expand with the chromatics. We can expand on the pentatonics, just adds a really beautiful kind of that kind of sound. Do you create patterns? Someone asked. Okay. Someone asked. I just go with the vibe. Yeah, that's option 2. If you have an inner guidance that you really trust, just go with your vibe. For sure, why not? Please, can you give some tip on hybrid picking? Sure. Lately I've been kind of checking out really subtle movements, just using the middle finger, and kind of going like, let's say you're playing a G major scale. So I'm playing the G major scale, then using the middle finger to plug the next string, and then consistently using only the middle finger. And then when I come back, just using up. So it's kind of like combining hybrid picking with, with the Bach economy. And also it's good to just like play open triads. Actually, if you saw my recent video on YouTube about the technique, I show all kinds of techniques over there, but there's also the open triads. I'm just improvising, but I just used 1, 2, 3. and that's how you get those going on. How long have you been playing? You're very insane. Thanks. You don't even look. I don't look what? Insane? Or young? I'm 33. I've been playing since I got a guitar, not this one, at my bar mitzvah. I'm Jewish, so I was 13, and I wanted drums, but they got me a guitar, and I'm kind of happy they chose that because I love the guitar. Since then, I've been in love deeply. Tomer, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, if not, I'm just gonna keep talking, but I'm really getting tired. As I said, I've been teaching online today. I have this teaching spot over here. This curtain moves, and there's cameras over here. So, see this camera, and also over there's a camera. So, my students get to enjoy DSLRs, PDFs, videos, and training, in-depth training to get their guitar goals. But I love doing it, but it can get very tiring after 7 students in a row. So I try to not sit down too much. It's very important when we practice to take breaks. That's another really important thing, to take breaks. And don't wreck your body for your obsession. I mean, it's true. Find what you love and let it kill you, right? But at the same time, take care of your health and take breaks. How old are you? I'm 33, made in 1987. This guitar is actually 4 year old younger than me. It's from 1991. Made in 1987, 90. I was 4 when this guitar was made. It's the Frank Gambale signature. Ibanez. Pretty fun. Can you improvise in A minor 7 and explain what you use? Yeah, I mean, I just did in C minor 7, but I explained that I have a tendency to combine Dorian with melodic minor and chromatics. So Dorian, melodic minor would be kind of the same. You just raise the 7. Pentatonic, blues scale. And chromatics, just some extra spice. And then when you combine everything together, you're gonna get these sounds that I was... Let me just play really slowly that you can understand, okay? So, pentatonic, Dorian, and then melodic minor would be, and then chromatics, right? So these are like really I just played them in a very obvious way. But if you really see these elements and try to combine them, so you can find some really cool treasures, especially if you're thinking about rhythm. That's where everything kind of connects, and motives and stuff. Then you can definitely learn more about that on my website, weissguitar.com, or on my YouTube channel, which is more brief, but works too. Or if you're just looking for a guitar teacher, I'll put it over here. Check out for lessons, for cool stuff, I guess. Here we go. The neck looks great. Yeah, it does. It's a very comfortable guitar. It's the neck. Even though it's a Frank Gambale signature, it's based on the S the S neck, the Ibanez S from the 80s. What player do you study the most? Transcriptions. I never study one player, but I've been checking out Frank Gambale tons over the last years. Tom Quayle. Guitar players, right? Oh, any player. Chris Porter, saxophone. Kurt Ruzimenko. Ben Yinsen. Any random amazing Instagram guitarist that knocks my socks off. And also just listening to beautiful songs, you know, just beautiful music. If it's a beautiful melody, a nice blues. More questions? Oops. Does it have other tones? You mean that guitar? Yeah, I remember. Hey, David, what's up, bro? Yeah, I remember the Miles Ahead. No, I mean I don't remember it, but it was really fun that you called it yesterday. Did you check the playlist from yesterday? So yesterday, what we did is like people. Maybe we can do it like really a short session of that now. That was fun. It was very engaging. So yesterday, kind of like, you know, people asked me to check out songs they like. So some said like fusion stuff, Chick Corea, Al Di Meola, and they even asked me to check out the Joe Henderson Miles Ahead, and I was blown away by the beauty of his tone. By the way, guys, this is something to, I mean, I'm sure you guys already appreciate this, but it's always good to listen to horn players, because there's a big thing about like note length, natural tone, and just a really deep approach to legato that sometimes in guitar is kind of like, oh, legato, you mean this? You know, so it's really beautiful to hear other instruments, because their approach to articulation is different, because they feel the instrument different. So saxophone players, like legato and is more easy for them than the choppy notes, you know, and so you can really learn from the natural instincts of that instrument how you would love to sound. And I really love it that you just hear a line kind of like just going kind of like really smooth, like one blow of the wind, you know, but notes. Imagine like the wind is kind of carrying notes. It's kind of weird, I know, but I'm thinking about it like as breaths. But at the same time, also you can learn how to not play too much notes, like, you know, how to just play one note and like make it really hit, like at the sweet spot on the beat, or so it's good to, I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful art. Someone asked about, thanks for the compliment, melodic substitutions. Yeah, I mean, I use, you know, like whatever chords you add, and that's, I heard Frank talking about that on the Rick Beato interview, which, by the way, if you didn't check out on my YouTube channel, I analyzed the solo he did on the Rick Beato interview. Like I even included a PDF over there, so go check it out. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't yet. So he goes like, he plays those. those blues chords, and then he goes, right, he goes like a half step into the chord. So then he says like, that's really cool, but can you actually improvise with it, right? So he goes like, I'm just like improvising now. Actually, let me play the line he played. So that's the A part, and then that's just the blues. And then on this chord, the half step to the fourth of the blues, he goes. So that's part of the chord. So you can think about that, like how do you find substitutions or kind of like expansions? Just first of all think about the harmony, and then think about the line. Oh, I played the half step into this chord, so that can work. You know, chromatics always work. You can go like instead of going like, if someone is comping on A, and maybe he's go, so that can be like in potential, that can be a melody. So kind of chromatically going there, you know, that kind of stuff. Let's see. Thanks for answering questions. You're welcome. Thanks for asking questions. Thanks for thanking. Gilbert, thanks brother, thanks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ruben, that's the interview, that's the one. So let's take a last question and then I'm off. By the way, guys, if you haven't yet, check my website for really cool online courses. I've been putting lots of work into them and offering them for really decent prices that will keep you busy for a long while. And there's tons of stuff there, and the fun thing is you can always talk to me. Like you know, if you're getting one of these courses, you can also always be in touch with me, or send me videos of you practicing for your review. Really fun. Costs like 4 cups of coffee. It's funny, like some days this is really not going on, and some days these are not going on. So I just keep working on both. This is a thing that I really dig. This one. Any interesting whole tone fingerings? Whole tone? Yeah, well, I have a PDF about it on my website. You can check it out, or just direct message me. But basically, kind of moving open triads using hybrid picking, and then associating chromatics to them. So you go. That kind of sound, and another thing is like associating chromatic, like associate chromatics to the augmented scale. So going like chromatics takati takati, and then arpeggio taka taka. I mean, the hard part is like landing on a upstroke so you can sweep. That kind of stuff. Yeah, and also this. Yeah. So when I teach one-on-one, I never teach like that, by the way. It's never like just a bunch of... it's just giving you some tips. But if you want really in-depth lessons, so contact me for lessons. I'd love to help you out with any guitar endeavors. I see Ramon is here. What's up, bro? Practicing those triads? Hey, Jackson. Hey, Jimmy. So, yeah. Let's do another question and then I'll head it off. Oh, I gotta film the YouTube video for tomorrow. Any ideas for a topic? Always when I do these live, I forget to charge my phone. And then I have to kind of find a weird way to charge it in the middle of the session. But it's good. Here we go. Yeah, just put it here. Yeah, okay, so I'm here. My phone is charging. Yeah, guys, so this has been fun. It's always fun to do these, and lately people have been sticking around more. Used to be like 2 people. Now there's like between 8 to 15, so that's good. Once again, check out my website, weissguitar.com, or check out the link in my bio. Feel always free to direct message me if you have any questions or want to talk about guitar. And if you're looking for a guitar coach, I'm your guy. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Much love, keep safe, good vibes, good thoughts, and stay well, and stay in touch.